Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to revise chapter parallelogram, exercise 5a, first exercise. Question number 10. If the diagonals of a rhombus are 8 and 6, find the perimeter of the rhombus. See, rhombus is given and diagonals are given. Diagonals are 8 and 6, correct? So rhombus means all sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. In rhombus all sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree, correct? So diagonals are 8 and 6. It means this will be 4, 4, 8 and this can be 3 and 3, correct? Clear? Suppose this is O. Now, since diagonals bisect each other, therefore we will take half. 4, 4, 3, 3 and diagonals are perpendicular also. So, therefore in triangle AOB, we can find AB, that is under root 3 square plus 4 square, that is 5 centimeter. So, rhombus means all sides are equal, 5, 5, 5. So, perimeter will be 4 into 5, that is 20 centimeter, correct? Now next question we will solve from question number 16, 18, 22. So next question number 16, ABCD is a parallelogram if the diagonal AC bisects angle A. Two things are given, parallelogram and diagonal AC bisects angle A, then prove that first part AC will bisect angle C also. Okay. If AC bisect angle A, we can take both as X and X, correct? Now ABCD is a parallelogram, it means AD is parallel to BC. So using alternate interior angle theorem, this will be also X. Since this is X, this will be also X. And this is X, this will be also X. Correct or not? Since we will write what? ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, which angle? You can take, suppose this angle is 1 and this angle is 2. So, angle 1 will be equal to angle CAD and angle 2 will be equal to angle CAB. Why? What is the reason? Since ABCD is a parallelogram, alternate interior angles. See, these two are parallel. So these two are alternate interior and similarly these two are parallel, it means these two will be alternate interior angle. It means therefore angle BCA is equal to angle DCA is equal to X. Therefore AC bisects angle C also. Here first part only alternate interior angle theorem. Since what is given AC bisects angle A, it means we can take both the parts as X. Now alternate interior angle, it means if this is X, this will be X. This is X, this will be X. So AC bisects angle C also. Next part, AC is perpendicular to BD. Where is AC? Join BD. Now we have two triangles. Correct? Which two triangles? These two triangles. This triangle and this triangle, correct? So in these two triangles, see A, B, O. Suppose this is O and B, C, O. Correct? We have taken two triangles. In both the triangles, AB is equal to BC. Why? Since already, see in triangle ABC, already two angles are equal. See, angle BAC is equal to angle BCA equal to X both. See, correct? In both the triangles, see, this is also angle X. Sorry, in the triangle both the angles are X. In triangle BAC, BCA both are X. It means if both are X, sides will be equal. Correct? This is the result. If in any triangle angles are equal, opposite sides will be equal. If two angles are equal, then opposite sides will be equal. So AB is equal to BC. Already AB equal to BC. Now in both triangle, AO will be equal to OC or not? Why? Since ABCD is a parallelogram, diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other or not? Correct? Diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. It means AO is equal to OC. Now, this side is common or not? Correct? This side is common. It means we have proved what? Both the triangles are congruent. By which criteria? SSS. Correct? So both the triangles are congruent by the criteria SSS. So therefore these two triangles are congruent. It means C A O B C. If these two triangles are congruent, it means these two angles will be equal by CPCT. Suppose this is Y, this will be also Y, and AOC is a straight line. Correct? These two triangles are congruent by SSS. Which two triangles? Triangle AOB is congruent to triangle COB by the criteria SSS. Therefore, by CPCT, these two angles will be equal, and AOC is a straight line. It means Y plus Y is equal to 180 degree. Finally, Y will be 90 degree. When Y is 90 degree, it means AC is perpendicular to BD. Correct? AC is perpendicular to BD means we have to prove that at the point of intersection the angle of intersection is 90 degree. Correct? So first we have taken the congruence of triangles, and since angles are equal in triangle ABC, it means opposite sides will be equal property. Then both the triangles AOB and BOC are congruent by SSS. Therefore by CPCT these two angles are equal. We have taken the equal angles as Y. AOC is a straight line. It means Y plus Y is equal to 180 degree. Y will be 90 degree. Hence AC is perpendicular to BD. Clear? Third part. Now third part. Where is it? ABCD is a rhombus. Already we have proved it is a rhombus. Why? ABCD is already a parallelogram, and now we have proved that AB is equal to BC. Already ABCD is a parallelogram, and we have proved that AB is equal to BC. It means all sides will be equal. Correct? Since AB is equal to BC and ABCD is a parallelogram, therefore ABCD is a rhombus. Clear? Why? When it is a parallelogram, it means suppose this is 4, this will be 4. If this is 5, this will be 5. Since in parallelogram opposite sides are equal. But if adjacent sides are equal, we have proved that AB is equal to BC. It means both will become same, 5, 5 or 4, 4. So if this is 4, it means, sorry, this is 5, this is 5, this is 5, this is 5. It means all sides are equal. Therefore ABCD is a rhombus. Correct? Next. Next question 18. What is given? ABCD is a square whose diagonals AC and BD intersect at O. BEC is an isosceles right angle triangle. Isosceles as well as right angle triangle. Isosceles means these two sides are equal and this angle is 90 degree. This is given. Now we have to prove that OBEC is a square. What is a square? All sides are equal. Each interior angle is 90 degree. Diagonals are perpendicular and bisecting each other and equal. Diagonals bisect the angles at the vertices. Correct? So for proving any quadrilateral to be a square, you have to prove two things. First, all sides are equal. Second, each interior angle is 90 degree. Correct? So first, since ABCD is a square, therefore diagonals will be equal. Therefore AC is equal to BD and half AC is equal to half BD. Half AC can be written as C. All the four parts will be equal. So half AC can be written as OC. Half BD can be written as OB. Correct? So we have proved that OB is equal to OC. Already we are knowing diagonals are equal and bisecting. And also in square, diagonals are perpendicular. It means angle BOC will be also 90 degree, correct? So in this diagram, see here, this triangle and this triangle. So this is B, this is C, this is E, and this is O. Here what we have proved, these two are equal, and already these two are equal given in the question. This angle is 90, this angle is 90, already given, correct? Again we are using the property. If in a triangle two sides are equal, opposite angles will be equal. Suppose X and X. Again in this triangle, two sides are equal, it means opposite angles will be equal. Now if these two angles are equal, each angle will be 45 degree. You can calculate. One angle is 90 degree, remaining sum is 90, but angles are equal, it means 45 degree, 45 degree. Similarly, here 90, sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, it means 45, 45. So now you can see in the quadrilateral OBEC, each interior angle is 90 degree. See, each interior angle is 90 degree, correct? Each interior angle is 90 degree in the quadrilateral OBEC. First thing we have proved. Second thing, all sides must be equal. So we can write in quadrilateral OBEC, each interior angle is 90 degree. Using the diagram you can show, correct? Now we have to prove all sides are equal. Why? Already see why the sides are equal. So already in quadrilateral OBEC, now before that, if in a quadrilateral each interior angle is 90 degree, it means therefore OBEC is a rectangle or not, correct? If in a quadrilateral each interior angle is 90 degree, it means it is a rectangle. Rectangle means opposite sides are equal. It means OB will be equal to EC and OC will be equal to BE, correct? Each interior angle 90 degree, it means it is a rectangle. In rectangle, opposite sides are equal. OB equal to EC, OC equal to BE. But already what is given, or we have proved, or we have arrived what? But OB is equal to OC and BE is equal to EC. Already this was given, na? Diagonals are equal and bisecting, it means OB equal to OC already. B equal to EC, this is given isosceles right angle triangle. It means, but when it is a rectangle, opposite sides are equal, therefore all sides are equal. Therefore all sides are equal, correct? So when all sides are equal and each interior angle is 90 degree, it means OBEC is a square, correct? Next is question number 22. One student asked also. So question number 22, if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, prove that the bisectors of two pairs of internal angles enclose a rectangle. See, when this transversal is intersecting the parallel lines, we have two pairs of internal angles. See why? One is this pair and another one is this pair. Understood? So if a transversal intersects two parallel lines, we are getting two pairs of internal angles, interior to the parallel lines. So here bisectors of both the pair of internal angles are intersecting to form a quadrilateral, and we have to prove that the quadrilateral is a rectangle. So suppose this bisector is here, this bisector is here, this bisector is here, and this bisector is here. Understood the diagram? So all are bisectors. It means suppose this is A, so this is B, this is C, this is D. So all are bisectors. So first we are taking the first pair. If AB and CB are bisectors, if AB is bisectors, we can take these two angles as X and these two angles as y. Correct? X, x, these two will be y and y. Clear? Now, similarly, we can take these two angles what? X, y. These two are, see, bisectors of both the pair of internal angles are given. We have taken the bisectors of this pair of internal angles. Now, we are going to take the bisectors of these two pair of internal angles. Correct? So, first take this. Now, if L is parallel to M, correct? So, what will be the sum of, suppose this is not D, suppose this is P, this is Q. So, what will be the sum of angle PAC plus ACQ? This will give the sum 180. Why? These are co-interior angles. Angle PAC plus ACQ, both are co-interior angles, correct? So sum is 180. So PAC completely can be written as x plus x, that is 2x, and ACQ can be written as y plus y, that is 2y, is equal to 180. It means x plus y is 90 degree, correct? So x plus y is 90 degree. So we can take this triangle, see, triangle ACB. Here x and y, x plus y is 90. Sum of these two angles x plus y is 90. It means third angle will be also 90 degree. Correct? X plus y is 90 in triangle ABC. Therefore, remaining angle ABC will be 90 degree. So we have proved that angle, therefore angle ABC is 90 degree. Correct? Now, these two are parallel, this is transversal. We can find pair of alternate interior angles. Which two are interior angles? See, angle PAC and angle AC. Suppose this is RS. So these two are alternate interior angles. So L is parallel to M, therefore angle PAC is equal to angle ACR is equal to 2x, correct? PAC 2x is equal to ACR. These two angles will be equal. Why? Alternate interior angles. So if this is 2x, this will become x and xy. This is bisector. Total is 2x. This will become x and x. Similarly, these two are also alternate interior. Which two are? Also angle SAC is equal to angle ACQ. Correct? SAC is equal to ACQ. Again, alternate interior angles, both will be equal to what? 2y. Now, if this angle is 2y and this is bisector, it means again these two will be, each part will be y. Correct? First we have taken these two alternate interior angles, then we have taken these two alternate interior angles. Everywhere bisector is given, it means y x x and y y. So again in triangle ADC, again we are having y plus x, correct? Y and x, and again already we have proved y plus x is 90 degrees. So in triangle ADC, x plus y is 90 degree. Already we have proved in the first triangle. So therefore this angle will be 90 degree or not. It means angle ADC will be 90 degree. It means these two angles will be 90 degree. Correct? So for proving any quadrilateral to be a rectangle, we have to prove that only each interior angle is rectangle. Each interior angle is 90 degree. Clear? So we have proved these two angles are 90 degree. Now see, this is a straight line. Three parts are there. 1, 2, 3. These three lines. So what is the sum of these two angles? If this is a straight line, sum of the angles made on a straight line will be 180 degree. So this is y, y, x, x. It means y plus y 2y, x plus x 2x is equal to 180 degree. It means again x plus y is 90. Already x plus y is 90. It means this angle, these two are x plus y, it means 90 degree. These two are also x plus y, it means 90 degree. Hence, in quadrilateral ABCD, each interior angle is 90 degree. Therefore, ABCD is a rectangle. Correct? So, for proving any quadrilateral to be a rectangle, it is sufficient to prove that each interior angle is 90 degree. Hence, it is a rectangle. Next is question number 25. What is given? ABCD is a parallelogram. L and M are the midpoint of opposite sides of the parallelogram. Intersecting points are P and Q. Finally, we have to prove that PMQL is a parallelogram. Okay, first of all, AB equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD or not? Why? ABCD is a parallelogram, correct? In parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So AB equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. Therefore, half AB will be equal to half CD and half AB will be parallel to half CD. Correct? So half AB we can write, since L and M are midpoint. So half AB can be written as AL or BL. Similarly, half CD can be written as DM or CM. So first we are taking half AB as AL and half CD as CM. Correct? We can take any one part. So now see, same pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal. In parallelogram, one special property is there. If in any quadrilateral, same pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal, same pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal, then that is a parallelogram. So see, same pair of opposite sides equal, same pair of opposite sides parallel. Therefore, ALCM is a parallelogram. See, this is a parallelogram. Correct? So if this is a parallelogram, it means both the pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. So we can write AM will be parallel to CL. Correct? Property of parallelogram. If any quadrilateral is proved already that it is a parallelogram, it means we can use the property what? Opposite sides are parallel. Similarly, so we have proved that AM is parallel to CL. If AM is parallel to CL, so these two parts will be parallel or not? See, AM is parallel to CL. So therefore, PM will be parallel to LQ. Correct? If these two are parallel, parts will be also parallel. It means these two are parallel. Now for second part, we will proceed in the same manner again. ABCD is a parallelogram. AB is equal to CD. AB is parallel to CD. Therefore, their halves will be parallel and equal. But this time, half AB will be taken as LB. Half AB will be taken as LB and half CD will be taken as DM. Correct? Clear? Same equation, but half AB can be taken as AL or LB. In first part we have taken as AL, second part we are taking as LB. In first part half CD was taken as CM, but here we are taking as DM. So again see, same pair of opposite sides is parallel and equal. LB equal to DM, LB parallel to DM. It means again LB DM is a parallelogram. Therefore LB DM, sorry not DM, LB MD. LB MD is a parallelogram. Correct? LB MD is a parallelogram. And again, if this is a parallelogram, see, if this is a parallelogram, we have proved that this is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite sides will be parallel. Opposite sides means we can take these two opposite sides. Which one? L, D, B, M. Correct? already if LBMD is a parallelogram, both the pair of sides will be parallel. It means LD will be parallel to BM. Therefore, LD will be parallel to BM. Correct? So, if these two parts are parallel, therefore, some parts will be also parallel. See, this and this parallel. Therefore, some parts will be also parallel. Some parts means we can take from LD, we can take PL, and from BM we can take QM. Correct? So now see these two equations or these two terms or facts. So finally we have arrived at what? PM is parallel to LQ and PL is parallel to QM. It means in this quadrilateral opposite sides are parallel, you can see. Therefore, in this quadrilateral, we have arrived at PM is parallel to LQ and PL is parallel to QM. And in any quadrilateral, if opposite sides are parallel, if both the pair of opposite sides are parallel, then that is a parallelogram. Hence, it is a parallelogram. Correct? So that was your revision for the chapter parallelogram. If any doubts are there, you can ask to me. Thank you.